You just want to escape. The clamor inside is echoing, etching deeper and deeper into your already aching heart. You step through the doors of your house into a chaos that hits your inner world and just ratchets up the tension. You're burnt out and overstimulated, and all you want is to find a sanctuary somewhere. I know what I'm talking about. You don't have 8 kids without visiting that place at least a few times. In this video, let me share a powerful overarching principle that will help you create a sanctuary at home, with 5 gentle ways to start implementing it today, even if the house remains a mess for now. Hi, I'm Morgiana Anderson. I'm mom to 8 kids, and I'm passionate about helping moms who care deeply about their children's mental and emotional health, happiness, and freedom, not just when they're little, but throughout their lives, because parenting is the ultimate long game. If that's you, and if you also want a little health and happiness and freedom, you've found the right place. So subscribe and share so we can get this message out. But before we get to the whole sanctuary, I want to take you back. Think for a moment. If you have a little tiny baby and they are just crying, just out of control, red-faced, flailing fist, crying, what do? Everything in you calls for you to comfort him, soothe him, whatever it is, meet the need that he's overwhelmed with. As moms, that's essential. That's the very nature of our role, the instinctive element of our being in connection with these tiny souls in our care. What if I told you that same instinct you already have, you know what it feels like? That is the key to escaping survival mode. Yes, you have the key already. I did a whole other video, I'll link it at the end, on what God taught me through my daughter, about listening to myself. But the key is this. Just as a nurturing mother helps her little one find health and happiness and freedom through her care and attention to his needs, we also need to be nurtured in the same way, so we can have the strength, the capacity to build that world for them to grow in. It's wonderful when we have a community, when you have helping hands, an invested spouse, a doting grandma. But what about when we don't? What about when you're alone? Who can help you then? Are you just doomed to slog through the pain and white knuckle it till the demands are less? No. I want to say that again. No. You may have to do it alone. But this is where your power comes in. This is where you pull up your big girl panties and you mother yourself, not with shame, not with harshness, maybe not the way that you actually were mothered. You would never want to crush your daughter's heart when she was trying to help you and she didn't do a very good job because she didn't know how, or she was just barely learning. So why do that to yourself? You mother yourself with the same patience and compassion and love that you want to extend to your children, and a healthy dose of boundaries and honesty as well. So here are these 5 simple ways to mother yourself, to implement that principle in gentle and easy ways to make your home a sanctuary of peace and nourishment that don't include cleaning up, although that can also be helpful. Number 1, read. Don't scroll. That can be hard for several reasons. I know phone addiction is real in our time, and no shame here. That can be addressed another time. But that aside, we always have our phones within hand's reach. And when you get nap trapped or you're stuck waiting for the school pickup line, it's just the most natural thing to reach for the phone. It really takes some forethought and a little bit of effort to plant books where you might need them. By your nursing chair, on the bedside table, maybe on the back of the toilet. I have to admit, I've done that. I grew up with that, and I always thought it was so silly. But I hate people getting trapped in the bathroom looking at their phones, including myself. So I put a good book in there because it changes the feeling between scrolling on your phone and reading something meaningful. Reading from the printed page just engages our brain differently. Even fiction in book form strengthens your memory. It increases your capacity for deep focus, and it calms the distraction and the information overload that we just swim in these days. You can read a book on your phone, and it does have some of those benefits, but it doesn't have the same benefit of reducing the eye strain from the use of screens or the way that our brains sort of spatially map stories and information as we're literally reading it on the printed page. This is one of the easiest, low-hanging fruits that you can pluck right away for a little bit more peace in your world. Number 2, go outside. I love this one. When the world is tumbling down inside the walls of your home, whether because the noise levels of the tiny humans increase beyond your capacity to bear, or just the sheer experience of actually living all day with multiple people in this limited physical space you have. This can be a big one for homeschoolers. Going outside can be just the reset you need as a mom to bring that stress level down. There's just a stillness, a silence, a peace in the bigness of being outside, even in town. It can be a relief for a moment to be somewhere you aren't in charge of everything, and to regain that perspective on the literal bigger picture. That can be done as simply as opening a door and stepping outside and shutting the door behind you. But this next one, you don't even have to leave your home. Make simple food that you actually want to eat. Not just what the kids will get down. We're not talking about chicken nuggets unless you want to eat chicken nuggets. It's not about them at this moment. And I'm not about, frankly, what your spouse wants to eat, unless they're the one cooking. I'm not advocating for self-indulgence here. But the fact of the matter is, when mama is nourished and replenished, everyone benefits. So I say simple because sanctuary isn't about fancy or ornate. Sanctuary is for when you're craving peace. Think more monastery than palace. Keep it a protein, a simple carb, or a complex carb, whatever the carbs are, and a vegetable. Just keep it simple. Protein, carb, vegetable. Everyone's nourished. Easy dessert if you want it. And at the end of the day, put it away. My video on More Peace for the Overwhelmed Mom goes into more of how we handle this, but it can be a game changer, especially when it comes to the daily mental load. Now, this one, habit number 4, takes this principle even more personally. Take care of your body in a new way. This might be a new exercise routine. It might be committing to stretch every morning when you get up. It might be getting an exfoliating glove for the shower and starting exfoliating and moisturizing every night. Or it could be looking up how to style curly hair so that you don't just throw it in a bun or a ponytail and leave it all the time. Also, it might be prioritizing sleep, committing to taking a 15-minute nap every afternoon. Sometime in my early 30s, I discovered the most wonderful waxing lady in my area. And it became a relationship, an experience of self-care that sustained me through some really rough times. It was a commitment to my own value and my own care, taking myself as seriously and kindly as I would anyone else. It's a little more sporadic these days when I go and visit her, but find something like that and do it for you. It will change you, and as you change, your sanctuary will begin to grow around you. Now, number 5. Now, this last one may ruffle some feathers, but it might be the most important one of all. Pray. Children deserve a foundation of faith in this world and an inner confidence and connection. And we moms are really no different. It may be out of your comfort zone, or you may be very familiar with the idea of prayer. But I have found that bringing my worries, my troubles, my fears, my anger, my desire to heaven through prayer has done the most for me to soften my world and bring peace to my heart and real solution when I'm absolutely burnt out and over my head. I've heard the term pray a river. I prefer the term and live the term pray a rain. When you're in the midst of busy motherhood and you can't get up at 4:30 a.m., you don't have an hour to spend on your knees in the Word. You talk to God in little droplets throughout the day. When I'm walking, when I'm driving, when I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't go back to sleep because of the thoughts and feelings swirling in my head, I've written my prayers like journal entries and letters, pouring out my pain and my anger. I've raised quiet exclamations of gratitude, even while the tears were falling, stroking the exquisite softness of my newborn's back, while the pain of early nursing days cuts like tiny knives. You don't have to know everything, or even be very clear religiously. Just lift up your heart and be heard. It will bring a peace that nothing else can. You can do this. You don't have to live in survival mode, and you don't have to wait for someone else to rescue you. Mother yourself, and try one of these simple changes today to begin to build your sanctuary from the ground up.